sorts of things, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that guy that's a walking open book. So
well, you're that guy that is a book of wisdom that you've encouraged and poured into me and to so many others. But I kind of want to share you now with a whole bunch of people that need to know who you are, maybe just need to hear what you're thinking about some things.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of like two veins that immediately come to mind, and one of them is, what is it like, and there's no need to rehash horrible headlines or anything like that. We're all familiar with those. But what is it like as a pastor who's committed to his marriage, as a leader who's committed to his or her marriage? What would you and Jan, you pour into so many lives and so many leaders. What do we need to be remembering that we're forgetting these days as leaders, as pastors, as people in marriages that are just in really toxic environments when it comes to relationships? What are we forgetting?
Yeah, great question. Well, Jan and I are coming up on our 46th anniversary.
Yeah.
So we're still in love. I think it's incredible that I get to do life with her. Yeah. The thought of going to some event like this alone, it doesn't mean that we're never apart, but to share life, to talk about that together is just unbelievable. I read an interesting article on my way here by Clayton Christensen, who's from the Harvard Business School. And so this is in the Harvard Business Review. And he asked the question, kind of, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's the question that most people graduating from Harvard forget along the way. And I think it's what leaders in general, church or not, forget. What do I want my life to count for? When it's all said and done, what do you want there? Yeah. And, if you want your marriage there, then you just begin to backtrack and say, well, what are the decisions I need to make now to have my marriage there? Because not only the temptations, but the opportunities that come along the way to do things that are further and further apart eventually have their consequences. So if I'm aiming for simply success, that could be some low-hanging fruit that's detrimental to my marriage. Okay. Or if I'm aiming for significance, well, that could also have some detrimental effects on my marriage. So I have to pace myself like a long-distance runner, not a sprinter, but a long-distance runner that says, okay, I want to actually finish these 26 miles. So if I sprint now, what do I have then? And I don't think that a lot of young leaders are thinking that way. That
so you're saying, though, that you intentionally pick I want a thriving, flourishing marriage, and then you reverse engineer it.
Exactly. In fact, those are the words I use. The best way to live is to live backwards. How do you want to be when you stand before God? How do you want your marriage? What kind of, like I'm asking, what kind of relationship do I want to have with my grandkids? And there's no magic. You can't just, some people get it, some people don't. You work hard for those kind of things. So I've had to say no to far more things than I say yes to.
And that's all in light of, this is the target on the wall.
Yeah, this is the target on the wall.
But when you say, for instance, I'm curious, when you say significance, pursuing a form of significance could be detrimental to your marriage.
Yeah.
They're not mutually exclusive always.
Not always, but I have a ton of books in me. I know I can't write all of them.
Okay.
Because I would become a bookful blockhead that would abandon my marriage. So I can only write at this pace and still be a great husband. And the same, I'm a pastor. I'm a lead pastor.
Yes.
And I've thought, I just go write.
Yeah.
But
I always tell people I still love my day job.
Yes, I love my team. I love pastoring.
Yes.
I love my church.
Yes.
So I can't write all the books I want. we're doing movies right now. We just finished a movie on Iraq and the persecuted church and persecuted minorities in Iraq. And we think it will change the way people think about their Christianity in America. And so now we want to do another one in another persecuted country. But I can't, I still have a day job, I still have a marriage, and so I pace myself.
But your life is coalescing around things that your heart connects to. These are passionate things, not just, I could do this to make a mark, I could do this to make a splash.
Right.
So a film project about Iraq is still coming out of a passion.
Yeah.
And those, I'm asking, on a good day, all of these passions intersect. So it's you and Jan, and it's you and the church that you love, it's the kingdom, it's Iraq. Is that it?
Yeah, I check it all out. I say, honey, I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks, not consecutively, but 3 trips, 2 weeks long. Are we both committed to this? Because there's a cost to this. And the same with the leadership in the church. Those kind of check and balances. We used to play a lot of Risk when I was young. I directed a Bible college, and on Friday night, 4 different instructors, we would all get together and play Risk. And I remember, what it was like to overextend and then lose all the countries that you'd already conquered.
Right, so everything that you had advanced into, you can lose it if you overextend.
Yeah, just the roll of the dice.
And don't we see that?
Yeah.